Hello, today I'll be giving you a quick summarization of George Eliot's life. Let's begin with some basic information you need to know about her. She was born as Mary Ann Evans on November 22nd, 1819. The reason she used a male pen name was to make sure that people took her work seriously, especially during the Victorian era, as female writers wrote stories mainly about romance and related topics. Evans wanted to escape that stereotype that surrounded women at that time. Evans was born into a religious family, but as she grew up and traveled, she was heavily influenced by other authors and people against religion. This is evident in quite a few of her novels. Evans is considered to be greatly influenced by Greek literature and Greek tragedy. It is said only one of her novels does not include a Greek typeface. Mary Ann Evans was born to Robert Evans and Christiana Evans in South Farm, Warwickshire, Robert being a local farm owner. From a young age, her parents decided that due to her lack of physical attraction, she wouldn't be married, so they paid for her education, which was rare for a girl at that time. Her father, being well respected, was allowed to give permission to Evans to go study into the local library. After her mother's death and brother's marriage, Evans left with her father to Coventry, where she met lots of influential and well-respected people who had radical thoughts about religion. George Henry Lewis was already a married man, but decided to be with Evans. His wife did not mind because their marriage was an open marriage, and she already had 3 children with another man. Evans and Lewis considered themselves to married which lasted 24 years. 2 years after Lewis's death, Evans married John Cross, who was 20 years younger than herself. The marriage made her brother Isaac happy. He had broken off contact with her due to her liaison with Lewis. The marriage unfortunately only lasted a few months due to Evans' death. Most of the novels were set in rural England. Evans was also known through the Westminster Review, where she wrote articles and poems. Though some of the novels we can see a sense of autobiography. For example, in her novel Silas Marner, Silas loses faith in humanity and in religion. On December 22nd, 1880, Mary Ann Evans died of a throat infection and a long-time battle against kidney disease. Evans was not buried in Westminster Abbey, but along with Lewis at Highgate Cemetery, which is mainly reserved for agnostics. Karl Marx is buried nearby. Her new husband, John Cross, wrote a biography about how wonderful and pleasant her life had been, leaving out major parts of her scandalous life with Lewis. Nowadays, Evans' pen name, George Eliot, is found on streets, buildings, statues, and schools, and she has a television adaptation of her work.